welcome back to another crazy video. How are you guys doing? So today we're going to be talking about, Guilty Crown. Now, I think I've come up with an okay explanation to the ending to Guilty Crown and where it went wrong. Now, I've watched other people's videos, I've read articles, and I've discussed with families and friends who've seen the anime and get their opinion on it. But today, I think I figured it out, and I'm going to tell you. This is going to be a two-part video, so make sure you stay tuned for the next episode that's coming out soon. Okay, so Guilty Crown's been out for a while, so let's do a recap. We're going to start off with the setting. So before the main events where the anime takes place, there's a popular virus that turns Japan into pretty much chaos. Japan asks for help from the United Nations, and the United Nations gives them the GHQ. The GHQ actually pretty much contains the virus, and they're pretty much good. But because of that, Japan loses their independence. 10 years later, Funeral Parlor is a resistance to the GHQ to help Japan get their pretty much independence back. Now, the plot of the story. Our main character, Shu Oma, is just a normal guy, honestly, and he meets a girl named Minori, who obviously is in Funeral Parlor, if you guys remember. Now, here's the thing about that. My thing comes up with that is they want to add the music. Is that why she's like a artist? Like, they don't need to really put that she's the pop artist. I mean, she could just be a normal singer. I don't understand why, but they added that to the story. I feel it was really unnecessary. If you guys feel the same way, let me know in the comments. Okay, anyways, let's continue where we left off. He meets a girl named Minori, and she pretty much gives him the power of the kings. This genetic coding that gives him the power to control voids. These voids pretty much come out from what your heart is. So let's say I'm a pretty nice guy. Well, I am. Let's say I'm this just guy who's super gentle and want to help everybody out. Mine might be a bandage to heal people. You don't know. So, this Shu Oma pretty much brings people voids out and uses them as weapons. Now, here's a catch that I remember from the anime. This will explain one of my reasons why the ending. So, remember, she said to bring out the tools, you need to look the person directly in the eye. Directly in the eye, guys. Directly in the eye. To pull out their voids. And if your void breaks, you die. Now, let's talk about the ending. Yeah, the ending. Now, the ending... Oof. That's all I gotta say. Pretty much what happens in the ending is that the guy who pretty much runs Funeral Parlor, turns evil somehow, which personally I don't know. Like, guys, I don't know. I remember, it's just like, what? Like, okay, anyways, guy becomes evil, uses Amana, which is Inori's other side, I guess. They used Inori as a pretty much body translate to bring back Lost Christmas, which is crazy, right? And they used Inori's body and they brought back Mana. Now, Shu, Mana, and Guy, also known as Triton, pretty much lived together before Lost Christmas. Shu, my roommates, guys. Shu pretty much met her, but he doesn't remember. Like, he doesn't remember what happened. Now, Mana, she's okay. She's a little oofa. Mana's crazy, guys. Mana's like super crazy. Like, woof, psycho. Now, they save Mana and Triton. No, Mana and Shu save a guy. A boy from the ocean or something. I think he ran away from the experiments for the Geno chromosome, which is what they used to make the kings. He pretty much came from that. He ran from the place. Mana and Shu were still. Mana fell in love with Shu. Shu doesn't remember. Triton fell in love with Mana. Anyways, that's pretty much what happened. Shu doesn't remember. He remembers when he meets Triton, Guy, and that's pretty much what happened. Then Mana comes out from Inori. Shu goes over there to save Inori. Guy comes over there with using Mana's void, which is a sword, and tries to kill Shu. And honestly, I don't really understand. This is where I think they went wrong. They went wrong in a little more, like a little bit more, in kind of like the past season. So I think they went wrong a little bit before the ending, like way before the ending. They messed up like at the second part of the anime. That's where I think they messed up the most. Anyways, let's continue talking about the ending. So, Shu, Inori, Guy, and Mana. Nori's supposed to be dead. Guy is trying to kill Shu using Mana's void, which Mana and Inori is the same person. Again. Okay, again. Mana and Inori, same person. Like I said, she was like another copy of Mana, like the good side of Mana, as people say. Anyways, while Mana's actually not at the fighting scene, she's actually dancing like a ballerina up in the sky, putting the virus into Japan again, while the GHQ is a part of this. Right? The GHQ is a part of this. Anyways, Guy, using Mana's void, fights Shu. Shu doesn't have a void to use. But somehow he gets Inori's void from her tear. And she pretty much gives her void using her tear. Guys, don't know. We're just gonna agree. Yeah, we're gonna agree with this. Now, he uses his void and he kills he kills Guy and then he kills Inori. Well, more like Guy kills himself. Let me explain. You guys remember, Shu and Guy were fighting. Guy was using Mana's void and Shu was using Inori's void. Really weird. Anyways, they were fighting. Somehow, I think Mana's void broke. And if your void broke right before, you die. So, Mana was dying, but you guys remember, if the void breaks it, you die. So, Mana and Inori were in the same person. So they started dying. Both of them together, they started dying. So, Mana still had control over her body, and Guy became more aware. Like, I guess he was like in a trance for Mana. Then he realized, oh my god, what am I doing? And then he tells Shu to kill him using Inori's void. Pretty much kills both of them, and Shu decides to take away the voids. He feels like that's not smart. He's going to kill himself, take everyone's void away so everyone can be safe. Take the virus into him, take the voids, and kill himself to make everyone safe, which is a pretty horrific act, if I don't say so well. While this is a process, Inori's body decrystallized because her body crystallized to... It's weird, don't ask me. Her body crystallized, she gets decrystallized. He holds her, uses her power, I guess, his and her power together to pretty much stop the virus and everything. So pretty much what he does is he takes all the voids, all the viruses, and puts it into himself. He's taking it. He wants it. And he starts crystallizing up. Him and Inori starts crystallizing up. And what happens is Inori and Shu together in a scene. This is Shu. This is Inori. They're together in this white background-ish place. She holds the thing that she did the most, with the strings in her hand. She tells Shu to take it. He takes it. She pretty much kills herself to save Shu. Yeah. Sad, right? Kills herself to save Shu. Shu comes out, she takes it, and she dies. She breaks. He comes out of it, and he gets out. 10 years later, I think? 10 or so many years later. Like, this is around the end. Shu is blind. Still missing his arm, because you guys remember he got his arm cut off. And he's blind. Wait, makes no sense. What? He's blind? What? That's it? He's blind? Everybody's voidless, and that's how they live. Inori's dead. What? Like, say that again. Like, I didn't hear you correctly. Like, this is what people were thinking. They were like, what the crap is going on? So, I'm going to hear, and I'm going to explain to you where I think it went wrong, guys. Where my explanation to it. As you guys remember, I said that he needs to look at people's face to get their voids out. But then you guys are like, but the voids are already gone. Yes, they are gone. But he still has his. Remember, he can take out his own. He looks into a mirror, he can grab it out. Guys, he's blind. Now, there's also another explanation I have for this. Maybe they still have their voids. Inori maybe only took the virus because that's all she could hold. She took away the virus, but the voids were still there. But she made him blind, so he can't grab other people's voids. So they don't have to worry about that. Or maybe he made himself blind. Sorry, not blind. Blind. So that he couldn't take anybody else's voids out. Maybe they still have their voids, and that he's blind because he doesn't want to take other people's voids out. But then you guys are like, shouldn't he have his hand? No. He created his hand using his void. Using his void, guys. If he's blind, he can't get other people's voids. Makes sense, right? So he still has the genome chromosome, but he can't take him out because he's blind. And Inori sacrifices herself to do this. What do you guys think? That's my opinion on it. I've gathered many information about it. I've read articles, heard what other people said, and that's what I think what happened. He makes himself blind, or Inori makes him blind, so that he can't take other people's voids out. They're probably still there. Just the virus is gone because Inori kills herself to take it away. Maybe she couldn't take the voids and the viruses. Shu and Inori could take the virus and the voids away. But since Inori's dead, she probably could only take the virus. She took the virus and left. She's dead. Shu left blind because he still has the void. He still has a chromosome. People still have their voids. They just don't know it. Maybe Shu knows, but he doesn't want other people to know. You guys, this is where I'm starting theorizing. Like, this could happen. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. The second episode will be about where I think the anime went wrong and what they should have done instead. Let me guys like, subscribe, and comment down below if you guys want more. See you guys there. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.